want to see the inside of a hot box look like this when I come by. Make those surprise inspections.
I got a worse move for you.
Ain't it? But the more I say it,
It's important.
that way nobody can sit here and say, man, he didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Plug it in, scrape it down. And if you decide to use a release agent, a little bit goes a long way, only in the corners. Questions? Some people like to call it a NASCAR key. There's a little bit of a spring here. You need to push it in and then twist it. Everybody understand that? If you try to twist it right now,
It's gonna break.
you're going to do what?
Break it.
Break it. So what do we got to do?
Push and turn.
Push it in, twist it. Very good. You'll see that K&M screen come on up. That means you're about ready. E-stop's on, so I'm going to hit the E-stop.
Sorry.
Up here, who's got smartphones? Everybody's got a smartphone. This little tab right here, man, what did Kurt say? How to set this, how to do this? Big steel building. There's my directions. We can't make it any simpler, folks. We do our best. I understand. So you come over here, and it tells you battery gel, gel battery. It tells you everything. Scroll it. Lighting directions, firing directions, all of that. So right here is your go-to. Turn it on. The directions are written up here as well. You turn it on. The only thing I can change right now is in yellow. I can't change temp settings. I can change Fahrenheit to Celsius. And I recommend everybody kind of come on over here or we'll take time. So I'm going to come over here to temp settings. Temp settings right now is in gray. Some people like to run cold mix at 350 degrees. All right? We've password protected it so that the bosses have the option of telling everybody the password, or the bosses of saying, no, we're going to bottom it out at 85 degrees, or we're going to bottom it out at 350 degrees. It's not up to me who gives the password to. It's up to the bosses. So in order for me to change the temperature from 349 degrees, I can't change it. I can't increase it. I can't decrease it. Right now it does. Everybody catch that? Yeah. Right on. So now it's in yellow. Now I can change it. We did supply stickers. If you want them to have it, put the sticker up there. So now I can decrease this temperature from 349 degrees. You can either type that and then punch in 85 and go back to the 0. Now I'm at 85. And if you don't like using the touch screen, you can toggle switch it up and down. Do we all see that going up?
Yep.
It's going to bottom out at 350 degrees. Right now, the asphalt temperature inside of that hot box is 79 degrees. The combustion chamber down here is 74. I'll come over here, time settings. Again, this is password protected. So I mentioned about 7-day programmable timer. If you start reclaiming asphalt, making asphalt. If you guys going out, gals going out and doing a patch job, or maybe the road crew went out and paved this one spot and they had 15 ton of leftover asphalt, do not take that asphalt back to the asphalt plant. Do not just dump it somewhere. That can be utilized later on down the road. Make bricks out of it, make blocks out of it. You got big enough equipment, you got backhoes. Break it up into small manageable chunks, and you can reheat it overnight into this. I'm going to be doing a demo tomorrow morning. I brought virgin chunks of asphalt that I made 2 years ago to prove how I could easily and effectively reclaim a couple bricks of asphalt. If we do what we were talking about with the cold mix in the dead of winter, you bring it in here. You want to tilt this up a little bit and open up those two shoveling doors so the water can escape out. And Sunday night, program it. Say it's Friday. We loaded up all the hot boxes. We're going to be on pothole patrol on Monday. Load up this hot box with your cold mix. Lift it up. Only if you got snow or a lot of moisture out there on it. You don't need to necessarily tilt it up if not. But if you don't tilt it up, water's just going to sit there. And it's going to be a little sauna in there. And unfortunately, the sauna doesn't heat up like an oven does. So you want to get rid of the moisture. You can program it. So you come over here and say, all right, it's Friday, it's 12 o'clock. I want it to kick on Sunday night at 12 o'clock midnight. Count down your hours. Put it in there. The hot box is, of course, going to be kind of mumbled it. Plugged in. And then batteries charged. So it's not going to worry about that. Come back over here to main. Voltage readings, 12.39. That's really important, but we don't have to worry about it because everybody's going to do what?
Plug it in.
Ah, damn. Are you tired of me saying it? Not yet.
Okay.
Plug it in. Thank you. Option 1 and option 2, if you decide to put work lights on it, that's where it would get plugged in. We can put work lights in it, run the wire down through here, down through this panel, and plug it into here. You're all going to do that, but if you all decide to put work lights on it, you can. That's what option 1 and option 2 are. Our directional arrow bar, come over here, pick which way you want the arrow to go. Any questions? I'm coming back over here to this. What do we call this? Solvent tank. How much solvent did we put in?
Gallon.
About a gallon. Here's our propane tank. What do we use the propane tank for?
Torch.
Utility hand torch off the back end. Tool rack. If we put a certain tool in there, what do we have to do to it? Bungee strap it down. Man, everybody's been listening.
Does this run off of diesel or gas?
Diesel. It should have a yellow sticker. Can you check that diesel burner shut off? Everybody heard that diesel burner running nice and loud. So once that goes to it, this screen will disappear. And then at that point, it's a 45-second purge delay. Then you can go ahead and turn off the key. Diesel burner shut off. Everybody heard that diesel burner running nice and loud. So once that goes to it, this screen will disappear. And then at that point, it's a 45-second purge delay. Then you can go ahead and turn off the key.
So if you just switch the key off, it won't do that purge.
Right.
Okay.
It's up to the bosses what they want to do. I don't recommend just leaving it in there like that. What I see a lot of people do is do something like this, maybe with a different tether with your key. That way we don't lose this. This can get dropped down there. You can put it on a wire, but
Get some
I
extra.
see a lot of people do it this way. So level off the load. Level off the load. You would come back over here and turn it down to a ballpark at 285 degrees. You don't need it 350 degrees all night long. From 5 o'clock, 350 degrees, 350 degrees, 350 degrees, all the way until 6 o'clock the next morning. That's 12 hours at 350 degrees. You're burning the AC out of it. And what does AC stand for?
Asphalt.
Asphalt cement. That's the gooiness, the binder, which holds the rock and sand together of asphalt. You have a question?
No. I don't think we'll be keeping nothing overnight on it.
Okay. But if you do,
Now we
285 degrees.
At least the goal is to not have anything in overnight.
Yeah, let's not
Well, get rid of it. Scraper clean. Plug it in. I don't have to go near into detail what I did with the other working. All three of these came with the thumb drive. The thumb drive, you can sit there and load it on your computer. It'll tell you your daily maintenance, weekly maintenance. I covered the daily maintenance with all the workers. The number one most important thing to do with our hot boxes is make sure that they're plugged in. It comes with two deep cycle batteries.
Yeah.
And it's got a Genesis controller there, charging system, and it's as simple as removing this cap and plugging in your extension cord. You can't make it any simpler. So, if I get half of them to understand that it's got to be plugged in, I'll be doing really good.